Wouldn't it be cool if you had 20-inch biceps? Wouldn't it be amazing if you had the type of biceps that burst out of your shirt? Wouldn't it be cool if you had the type of biceps that were able to crack open walnuts? Crazy thing about it is, I know that's why you clicked on this video. You want to know what are the top exercises for the bicep that you need to be doing in order to actually build up the biceps. I have 3 exercises for you, but before we jump into the exercises, we need to break down what the bicep actually looks like and the muscles that are on it. Now, what I like to focus on is 3 parts of the bicep. That's the long head, the short head, and the brachialis. So the long head is the part that runs along the outside of your upper arm, and the short head is the part on the inside closest to your chest. Now, a lot of people forget about this muscle right here, but the brachialis muscle is underneath the biceps and it helps push them out. So it gives your arm a thicker look from the side. These 3 parts of the bicep are very important to develop if you truly want to build some bigger arms. So I'm going to go ahead and break down each exercise that I love doing, and then I'll talk about why they're so good and which head they actually focus on. So without further ado, let's get right into it.
Okay.
First up, we have the almighty barbell curl. No, I would not be barbell curling in the squat rack. I do encourage you guys to avoid that. Do not hog up the squat rack because you want to train your biceps. But I do encourage you to grab a barbell at any point in time in your bicep training and focus on building up the arms. Now, the purpose of the barbell is to build mass. Anytime you hear the word barbell, think of mass. Think of your biggest bodybuilder. Barbell exercises are ideal. Now, I love using the barbell, and this is because the barbell is heavy. The barbell itself is 45 pounds, so I can easily load it up and I can lift heavier. So I'm using both of my arms in this exercise. So what you need to think about when you are doing 2 arm movements is the fact that one arm actually might work harder than the other. So you do need to focus on trying to manipulate your hands, trying to manipulate your efforts, and make sure that you are using the same amount of effort from both arms, because muscle imbalances are real. Now, there's a heavy resistance with the barbell curl. So since you can use both arms together, you can lift more weight. And if you can lift more weight, that's going to lead to better muscle growth. Now, this movement here is a simple movement. I don't want you to complicate it. The curls directly target the biceps by making them work a full range of motion. Allow the bar to come all the way down to your quads and then contract all the way up. Now, for better form control, I would encourage you guys to lean up against a wall. That is going to allow you to avoid momentum, avoid the swinging. You don't want to drop the barbell to your quads and then swing it all the way up, almost breaking your back. You need to make sure that you are still using proper technique when you're doing your barbell curl. Now, when we use a barbell, we are primarily working both heads of the bicep, the long and the short, but it slightly emphasizes the short head because of the grip position. Now, if you choose to go wider with your grip, that is going to target the short head a little bit more, and it's also going to help your biceps look fuller. And just the opposite, if you go narrow, you'll put a lot more emphasis on the long head, and it's going to help you with that bicep peak. Now, I want to throw this in there because easy bars are okay. The angled grip reduces the wrist strain and engages the long head more because your hands are slightly turned inward, which is like a semi-supinated position. So that's why I would recommend the easy bar curl if you do want to avoid that wrist strain. So with all exercises, there's always pros and cons. But the main reason why I love the barbell curl is because there's a heavy resistance when I'm doing this exercise. And for progressive overload purposes, I will gradually increase the weight over time, which is the key to muscle growth. So grab your barbell, load it up, and get to work. Man, oh man. Next up, we have hammer curls. I've been seeing a lot of thumbnails on YouTube lately about hammer curls, and I think they're trying to say you need to stop doing them. But I'm going to disagree, and I'm going to say you need to add hammer curls to your bicep training ASAP. The hammer curl works the brachialis. That's the muscle we talked about that's underneath the bicep that pushes the biceps up and make them look bigger. Why would you not train your brachialis muscle? Now, because this exercise engages the brachialis muscle and the muscles on our forearm, it helps build that overall thickness and strength. So we're getting a lot of bang for our buck here. We're training our biceps and we're training our forearms. Now, when we hold the dumbbell in the neutral position, which is your palms facing each other, it makes it easier on the wrist compared to a regular curl. Another thing I love about the hammer curls is the fact that this movement mimics real life activities like lifting up your grocery bags and little simple things like that. This exercise right here makes you stronger in your daily task. Remember, if you're getting stronger, you are ideally building muscle. Now, we talked about the brachialis muscle and how it's targeted, but mainly this exercise focuses on the long head of the bicep. Since your palms are facing inward, it puts more focus on the outer part of your bicep, helping to develop that bicep peak. When you do a bicep flex, a front double bicep, that peak is what everyone sees. So make sure you are truly focused on building up that peak. Now, this is why you should include hammer curls. If you want to build arm thickness and strength, hammer curls are perfect. If you want to emphasize the long head for a better peak, hammer curls are perfect. If you want to strengthen your forearms along with your biceps, hammer curls are perfect. So for better results, mix hammer curls with other curl variations like we talked about the barbell curl, but mainly focus on this hammer curl movement, and you can also do it seated. Now, if you do your hammer curl seated, you are going to lengthen that bicep a lot more before your contraction, and that's going to help you actually build it up even more. When we are exercising, it's all about lengthening the muscle and then shortening the muscle. So please stop neglecting your hammer curls. All right, and finishing it off, guys, we have the dumbbell curl. This is a standard. You will see this in almost anyone's bicep training. The dumbbell curl is great for bicep growth. When we do alternating dumbbell curls, we are isolating the biceps. Since we are using one arm at a time, the biceps are fully engaged without relying on other muscles. So that is why a lot of people incorporate the alternating dumbbell curl. Just like all our movements, range of motion is key. We will get a full range of motion from these dumbbell curls. The dumbbells allow our arms to stretch fully at the bottom and contract completely at the top. That's going to maximize that muscle activation. Now, the reason why I like to do alternating dumbbell curls is simply because we can focus on avoiding muscle imbalances. Remember, guys, muscle imbalances are real. And a muscle imbalance is basically when your left side is stronger than your right side, or if your right side is stronger than your left side, if your right bicep is bigger than your left bicep. Those are muscle imbalances. So it's always ideal to incorporate isolation movements like this. Now, like I spoke about before with the hammer curls, I love to sit down. I love to have an incline. This right here is going to allow for a better stretch in the bicep. And what it's also doing is keeping me in that fixed position and not allowing me to use any momentum when I'm actually performing this exercise. So let's talk about the bicep heads that are worked, because there are different types of dumbbell curls. So I'll just go over at least 4 of them for you guys. So when we do the standard supinated with the palms up dumbbell curl, that's where we aren't twisting at the bottom. We are simply just keeping our palms up and moving through the whole range of motion. That right there focuses on the short head, which helps with that overall bicep thickness. Now, when we do alternating dumbbell curls, one arm at a time, this allows for better focus on each bicep head individually and helps with mind-muscle connection. So you can ideally focus on both heads of your bicep when you are doing alternating. Now, for the one I love the most, which is the incline dumbbell curl, where I'm lying back on the bench. This right here is stretching the long head more, which is helping me build that bigger bicep peak. And the last one we have is the twisting dumbbell curl, where we're starting with a neutral grip, which is similar to the hammer curl, and then we're ending with our palms up. So we're supinating on the way up. This right here is going to hit both the short and the long head effectively by engaging the biceps through different angles. So I am going to recommend that you do the twisting dumbbell curl if you're going to do anything. I want you to be neutral at the bottom, and I want you to supinate on the way up. That right there is going to help you target both heads. Now, why should you incorporate dumbbell curls? You can improve your overall bicep shape and definition, and you can also develop both heads of your biceps evenly. And if you're one of those people, which you should be, who are focused on muscle imbalances and want to focus on having a balanced physique, having your left side equal your right side when it comes to strength, these dumbbell curls are going to be ideal. All right, guys, and that's it for today's bicep building tips. Now you've got the tools to take your arms to the next level, whether it's mastering the perfect curl, targeting both heads of the bicep, or adding size and strength with the right exercises. But remember, building bigger, stronger biceps isn't just about lifting weights. It's about training smart, staying consistent, and pushing yourself to be better every day. If you're ready to take your biceps and your entire physique to the next level, you want a clear plan tailored for just you, let's make it happen. Sign up for my coaching program today, and and I'll personally guide you through the best strategies to achieve your goals, avoid mistakes, and see results. But if anything, watch this video right here, because this video is going to be key. This video right here is showing you the 3 best exercises for your triceps. Now, if you want to have big biceps, you need to have a set of triceps to go along with it so your arms can truly hit those 20 inches. So check out that video, and I'll see you in the next one.